What's the funniest way you have heard a guy describe how attractive a woman is? I'd have a kid with her. Go through a gruesome custody battle. Get into fights with her and her new tattooed boyfriend over child support. And spend the rest of my life drinking alone in my shitty apartment just to hit that without a condom. I was driving for LYFT once. And this big black dude got into the back. He was on the phone and said, loudly, "MMNN, that girl is thick like peanut butter in the fridge. She had a pair of legs that'd make a bishop kick a hole in a stained glass window." I jokingly said to a friend, "Imagine letting your daughter go out dressed like that." My mate responded by saying, "If she was my daughter, I'd still be bathing her." Eminem about Jennifer Lopez. I don't give a duck if this chick was my own mother, I'd still duck her with no rubber and coot inside her and have a son and a new brother at the same time and just say that it ain't mine. My buddy in a text. One of the most beautiful women I've ever seen is at the gym across from me. I mean, so beautiful it's making me profoundly sad. I'm not staring. But I am deeply saddened by the realization of my inadequacies. Can how attractive mean not at all? I like she's got a face that would frighten a police horse. Background. Main North Road. A road in Adelaide, South Australia. Paradise. A suburb in Adelaide. Common Adelaide saying. She has legs like Main North Road. They go all the way to paradise. Song of Songs 4. 2-4 Old Testament. Your teeth are like a flock of sheep just shorn. And your neck is like the Tower of David. My first boyfriend innocently tried to compliment me by calling my body voluptuous. He was going for voluptuous but added the lump. Bit of an older term. But I've heard women described as having legs that go all the way up. I certainly hope so. If they went only part of the way up, she'd fall over. We have a guy at my work who has amassed a few of these. Her voice was so soft I felt like I was in her womb. Rachel. Your voice is like a water lily on a Japanese pond. Oh, you've got them nooks and crannies. That delicately beautiful face. And a body that could melt a cheese sandwich from across the room. And breasts that seem to say, "Hey, look at these." LT. Frank Drebin. At school. We found an anonymous love note to a hot girl. If this class was a tissue, you'd be the biggest booger in it. Sitting with a friend of mine in synagogue on Yom Kippur. This stunningly beautiful Israeli girl sits down in the pews a few rows in front of us. My friend turns to me and goes, "Damn. I'd love to give her something to atone for." Oh boy. I'd sure be embarrassed if I accidentally soiled myself in front of her. Chubby Irish guy at bar. I have a juicy posterior. And one time a lovely gentleman outside of a Max yelled after me, "Damn girl. That's like two hams walking." My boyfriend now affectionately refers to me as Hams, sad face. You guys remember the Animaniacs? Hello owners. Yup. That's heard often in my household when an attractive woman shows up. Mostly on some sort of a screen. Walking around my campus one day, I heard a few guys saying ketchup or mustard every time a female passed as a scale of hotness. I got ketchup. Still don't know if that is a good thing or not. My friend said that when he first met his GF, her body was unbelievable. Fast forward 10 YRS. Her body has BC believable. She's a 3 on the Clydesdale scale. That's how many horses it'd take to pull her off my face. I'm so sorry. That she was bammin', slammin', but delicious. Also that he would have no problem letting her messily eat toast in his bed just to get her there. I bet she could suck a golf ball through a garden hose. My uncle's saying. My father, born in Dublin, 100% Irish, told my mother, "You have the eyes of a horse." He proposed a week later and have been married for over 30 years. My mom was originally aghast when he said this. But he told her horses have beautiful eyes. Then Irish. Had a buddy who was into really rough sex. He used to tell stories of broken beds and lamps. One time he brought up that he never put a hole in the drywall from screwing so hard, but he wanted to one day. From that point on, I'd put her head through a wall was our way of saying someone is good looking. I've heard people saying stuff like what a machine, or comparing a girl to a fighter jet or some other piece of machinery. And that makes very little sense to me. Maybe they are being appreciative of her long-range capabilities, or her maximum curb weight. Oh my god. She's so duckin' hot. Yo. When you were a kid, were you, like, sexually attracted to Ms. Piggy? 'Cause I was. A dude talking about how he couldn't see how a girl was acting attracted to him. I'm not ugly, but she's just so much more symmetrical than me. A co-worker's dad once said, "Looking at that woman makes me want to throw rocks at my wife." I was in tears laughing at just how odd of a phrase and action that would be if he were to actually do it. Pair of titties that'll make you stand up and beg for buttermilk. Ass like a 10-year-old boy. Mouth that could start a leaf blower. Honestly, every time I hear breast size being described, it makes me laugh because people think that bra sizes end at DD. I'm a GG and most people would guess D. And then it makes me sad because the perpetration of that belief keeps a lot of women wearing the wrong bra size. My uncle tells the story of how he met my aunt and lovingly says, "She's built like a brick shit house." I don't get it. I like the line from Seinfeld, when Jerry is delicately trying to tell George that a woman is hot. She possessed many qualities prized by the superficial man. Takes a hit of the blunt while looking at a picture of Zoe Saldana like, how is she this pretty and not literally a flower? If this chick was my own mother, I'd still duck her with no rubber and come inside her and have a son and a new brother at the same time and just say that it ain't mine. Eminem about Jennifer Lopez, I'm back. I wouldn't ride her into battle. Alternatively, I would smash that so hard whoever pulled me out would become the King of England. I'd crawl across the burning sands of the desert on my knuckles and toes to watch her father suck the chrome off of the lug nuts of the garbage truck that took her panties to the landfill. Can't remember where I heard it from, but I'd walk barefoot through 7 miles of broken glass just to sniff a stool she farted on. She couldn't make a sick old man a bowl of soup. My grandfather's way of saying a woman was too skinny, not enough meat for even a sick old man. One time my grandpa was at a football game with me and he pointed directly at one of the cheerleaders and exclaimed to her, "I would drink your bathwater, sugar." Had me rollin'. English class talking about the perfect image. A guy says she's gotta be thick like oatmeal. You know, when you don't put enough water in and try and stir it and the whole clump moves instead of stirring it. I spelled thick like the C because of the teen memes. Chainsaws can be pretty too. That doesn't mean you go sticking your fingers where they don't belong. Grandpa. She's so hot she's like a curry. I want to tell her how hot she is, but then she'd think I'm being sexist. She's so hot she's making me sexist asterisk. She was super hot. I'd rate her a 6. A 6? Yeah. It would take 6 Clydesdales to pull me off of her. This has become common around NYC. But I still can't help laughing when I hear she looks like a snack. I've never been sexually attracted to food. But maybe that's just me. I was at a mall food court when I heard a teenager flirting with a cashier at the Chick-fil-A. I heard him say she had the voice of an angel. I laughed. And when he turned to me to ask what was so funny, I told him, she must have no voice at all, as angels do not exist. Both the cashier and the teenager looked annoyed. So I sauntered on to Great American Cookie Co. There is no room for such religious nonsense. A.J. Cluel. Friend of mine and I seen a girl while we were out, and his way of expressing interest in this woman was to say, "I'd gut her ass like a fish." I use that quote weekly now. I remember seeing a comment on an r/Gone Wild post a while back that was something to the effect of, "I would lick peanut butter off of her body until my peanut allergy eventually killed me." That girl is ambidextrous, said very enthusiastically. He didn't know what ambidextrous meant till I explained it. Apparently he heard it in some weird context that made him think it was a synonym for hot. Female bartender here. I had a regular who would frequently say to me, "You look like a $500 hamburger." I still can't figure out what the duck he meant by it. "She's so beautiful I'd eat the peanuts out of her shit." This was blurred out by me in a random exclamation while doing improv one show many years ago. No idea where it came from. "You look as pretty as a brand new Ford pickup truck." My uncle to his wife shortly after he bought his last Ford pickup truck. A friend went up to a girl and said, "What's up, muffin top?" He thought it was an endearing term as the top of the muffin is the best part. Friend. I'd rate her a 12 on the Budweiser scale. Different. Confused friend. What? That's how many beers it would take you to sleep with her? She's hot. Friend. No. That's how many Clydesdales it would take to pull me off her. Oh sweet lady. With your face like a cream oval. Your nose. Like a delicious slope of cream. Your ears like cream flaps. Your teeth. Like hard, shiny pegs of cream. I was with a friend and a pretty hot lady walked by. He just stared and said she can sit on my face and I would eat my way to her heart. Was on a job with a British guy in Miami. When I commented on how all the women had curves, he quipped, "Yes, they are rather hilly." I was once riding in a car and saw a woman dangerously crossing several lanes of traffic where there wasn't a crosswalk. And I thought to myself, I'd hit that. Dan Rather was on Howard Stern once. Stern asked him if his wife was hot when they were younger. Rather said she could make a priest kick out a stained glass window. I'd drink her bathwater. Also, one of my buddies, simple, yet effective. I'd build her a house.